I'm Lenny, and I'm here with my friends Daniel LaRusso and Johnny Lawrence, and today we are going to be discussing Season 3 of Cobra Kai. Yes! Gentlemen, bow. Sweet. Since this is going to be a full Season 3 summary, it's going to be filled with spoilers galore. So this is a warning, a heads up. Lots to discuss, lots to cover. Cobra Kai Season 3 dropped onto Netflix on New Year's Day, January 1st of 2021. And of course, Cobra Kai is based off and is a spin-off of the Karate Kid films starring Ralph Macchio off of the original trilogy there. All right, let's square up, bow to our senseis, and let's get into this. When the season begins, Miguel is still in a coma and he's not showing any signs of improvement. Johnny Lawrence has fallen back on old habits, on bad times. He is getting drunk, getting into fights, and getting arrested. The community is getting upset about the violence and the rivalries between the dojos taking place at school. The LaRusso's car dealership sees a drop in customers due to Miyagi-Do's involvement in the school brawl. Robbie is still on the run and still hiding from his involvement in the fight, especially putting Miguel in the coma. Sensei Kreese, who is now fully in charge of Cobra Kai, is teaching his students absolutely no mercy, show no mercy whatsoever. Daniel and Johnny team up with an uneasy alliance to try to find Robbie. I have been waiting for this moment since I've been a kid, waiting for Daniel and Johnny to kick ass together. This was a dream come true. In a rare moment of being a human being, Sensei Kreese finds a way for Tori to continue to be trained at Cobra Kai. Tori is currently working 2 jobs to support her younger brother and her sick mother and trying to find rent. Sensei Kreese wants her to continue to take her lessons at Cobra Kai, so he makes this happen. Now, is this actually a moment of showing human kindness, or is this for his own selfish purposes? Sam LaRusso and Miyagi-Do continue their rivalry with Hawk and Cobra Kai inside school and out of school. With the help of Robbie's mother, who's actually in rehab, getting sober, Daniel is able to track down Robbie and turns him over to the police. Robbie feels completely betrayed by Daniel. Johnny sneaks into the hospital and speaks to Miguel, who's still in the coma, and tells him that he must continue to fight. This helps Miguel break through the coma and awaken. To avoid the LaRusso car dealership being bought out by one of their rivals, Daniel travels to Japan to seek help. While in Japan, Daniel checks out Okinawa for the very first time since him and Mr. Miyagi went there decades ago. While in Okinawa, Daniel catches up with his old friend Kumiko. Kumiko reads Daniel letters that Mr. Miyagi wrote, renewing in Daniel a sense of guidance that he needed from his former mentor. Kumiko sets up a surprise meeting for Daniel with Chosen, and Daniel hasn't seen Chosen since he was challenged to a fight to the death by him. Live or die, man. Honk. Chosen has dedicated his life to redemption and to making amends. Chosen teaches Daniel Miyagi family techniques that Daniel was not ready to learn as a kid. Good deed that Daniel did in the past, which was saving the little girl that was stuck on the ladder, ringing the bell in the village of Okinawa when the storm came. That same individual pays it forward by helping Daniel save his car dealership. Robbie, who is in juvie, is having a tough time adjusting, especially since he keeps getting jumped every single day by these bullies. Johnny begins to train Miguel on how to relearn how to use his legs and walk again. Sam plans a revolt attack against Cobra Kai, which goes horribly wrong. Horribly wrong. Hawk, who is fighting his former best friend Dimitri, breaks Dimitri's arm. Oh, snap. Like literally, oh snap. Sam, who's suffering from PTSD from the school brawl, hides from Tori, who's looking for her. Johnny takes Miguel to a rock concert, which gets his toes tapping. Miguel helps Johnny with his Facebook response to Allie Mills. Kreese kicks out the students that he deems to be weak and vulnerable out of Cobra Kai and begins to recruit more natural athletes. One of these athletes and new member of Cobra Kai is Kyler, the bully that used to torture Miguel. We learn more backstory on John Kreese as a young man before he enters the Vietnam War. Kreese visits Robbie in juvie to win him over and gives him the advice to not wait for his enemies to strike him, but to strike them first. Daniel teaches Samantha that it's okay to be afraid, but you have to decide when to get back up, and only you as the individual can do that. Miguel, with Johnny's help and training, is able to stand and walk on his own. Johnny begins to train Miguel and other students at a public park and calls his new dojo Eagle Fang Karate. And while eagles don't have fangs, it's a pretty cool name. Due to the school brawl and all the battles between the dojos, the city council has canceled the under-18 All-Valley Karate Tournament. After failed speeches by Johnny, Daniel, and Kreese, Miguel and Sam LaRusso give passion-filled speeches, which convinces the city council to allow the All-Valley Karate Tournament to happen. We see how war in Vietnam begins to change Kreese, who's selected for an all-elite mission. Him and his fellow soldiers get captured during this mission. They are forced to fight each other to the death. John Kreese offers to fight in place of his friend Terry Silver, therefore saving his life. And we learn where Kreese got the name Cobra Kai from and why he decides to call his dojo that. Johnny and Daniel both arrive to pick up Robbie, who has just been released from juvie. Robbie tells both of them to stay the hell away from him. Robbie catches Sam and Miguel together and starts a fight. Tori tells Robbie that her and him are very similar and that he should join Cobra Kai. Johnny and Miguel's mom Carmen hook up and try to figure out what happens next. Allie Mills is back in town for Christmas and she meets up with Johnny Lawrence. Daniel and Miguel finally have a conversation and discuss Cobra Kai, Miyagi-Do, Mr. Miyagi, Allie, basically everything. Sam and Miguel conclude that Miyagi-Do and Eagle Fang Karate must work together against Cobra Kai. Daniel, Amanda LaRusso, Johnny, and Allie all run into each other at the country club. They have dinner together as a group and they chat about old times. Tori, Hawk, and the new members of Cobra Kai perform a sneak attack at the LaRusso house, chucking little Bert through a window. They seriously threw little man through a window from the outside in. Cobra Kai storms the LaRusso house and a massive brawl breaks out inside. Punk-ass Kyler goes after a weakened Miguel. Punk-ass Kyler. Sam overcomes her fear of Tori and finally fights back. Hawk, who is witnessing his former best friends Miguel and Dimitri get beat severely, decides to switch sides and help them out. Johnny realizes he doesn't want to mess things up with Carmen, and he chooses Carmen over Allie. Upon arriving back at home, Johnny sees the damage that Cobra Kai did to Miguel. Johnny goes to the Cobra Kai dojo and sees that Kreese is training his son, Robbie. Robbie begins to fight and attack his dad, and he accidentally gets knocked out by Johnny in the process. Johnny and Kreese battle it out, and Daniel arrives and also enters the fight against Kreese. Sam and Miguel arrive just in time, stopping Daniel and Johnny from probably killing Kreese. Daniel and Johnny begin training all of their students together at Miyagi Dojo, knowing that this is the only way that they are going to be able to stop Kreese and Cobra Kai. Kreese calls an old friend asking for help, and even though we don't know who he's speaking to, there's a very good chance that he is speaking to Terry Silver. And that is my rundown of the 3rd season of Cobra Kai. Another amazing season of Cobra Kai filled with lots of action, lots of surprises, lots of drama. Highly recommend it if you have not seen it. Get on board. If you're a Karate Kid fan, and I'm speaking of the original Karate Kid films with Ralph Macchio, then you gotta do yourself a favor and check out Cobra Kai. If you think this video is worthy of a thumbs up, please feel free to do so, and if you enjoyed this video and you want to see others just like it, all you have to do is hit the YouTube logo, which is going to be in the bottom corner down over here, and you'll get a notification anytime a new video is posted to the channel. Please feel free to check out my other playlists where you can see other television shows, movies, Twilight Zone episodes that I have reviewed. As always, I want to say thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the opportunity to talk about these things that I'm passionate about. I greatly appreciate that. Please be safe, be careful, and I'll talk to you soon.